back to the competitive street series.
The absolute carnage on this final lap. 5 red lights here in Miami. Can they regain that place?
I cannot believe my eyes.
Who comes out on top? Down the inside into Casio Triangle. This could end in disaster.
So Zach Miles taking the lead. It was an all-or-nothing approach for the TF10 team.
And this could be crucial for NVR.
A race to remember with Jeremy Gallagher.
And they are officially the champions of the season.
It does not get closer than that. What a race. What a season.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Competitive Speed Series here. We are the final race of 2024. It's hard to believe. We've still got plenty of races to go, but we do have just one more in the 2024 year, I suppose. I am joined by Ollie for round 3. Ollie, welcome along. You're with us this week, so yeah, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Yeah, nice to be back. Familiar place. It's good to be out, especially at the circuit tonight. Looking forward to it very much, and bit of hopefully a nice bang before the Christmas break we have in the series.
Let's just a quick one on the standings. Obviously, at the moment it is TF10 leading the way with 101 points, with BRT in second on 84, while we just slowly get everything ready for everyone. It is very, very tight, I suppose, but it is actually, I suppose, the top 4 teams all within a shout. But Team Shizou, who did very well on the Xbox side of things when we were commentating last season, are just struggling a little bit in P5 on 29 points. Obviously, where we are now, console instead of just Xbox and PlayStation separately, it's a console one, which makes things even more tighter, and even the best drivers against everyone. But we will go on track, and I believe it is Brando that is the first driver to possibly be setting a lap, and we'll have to wait and see fully what he can do. But here he comes then into turns 4 and 5. It's looking, well, it doesn't look like he's pushing as much as he can do right now as he pushes through Ferradura there, but maybe a little bit off the curbs and not as quick as possible, but looking solid, I suppose, for a banker lap around Brazil. Brazil's always a bit of a tough one, Ollie.
It's a tricky circuit, isn't it, Gareth? I mean, I love the track. I think it's really should be our final race this season, but it can be tricky. You know, that middle sector in Brazil it is difficult, but plenty of places to overtake as well. You know, the guys in qualifying, they'll be done their laps early doors, get some practice in, and hopefully they all can negotiate well. But it's placing it's mistakenly made quite easily, especially in that mid sector.
There's Tech going provisional pole for the time being, and this BRT teammate just in there in second, very, very much setting the stand of things as TF10. Tony Richey and Brando are 4th and 5th respectively through that. EV Fox Blue, a couple of qualifying bands just to remind you of, both of the Shizou drivers, so that is Zach and I believe Quantum. Yeah, I couldn't find his name on the list, but yeah, Quantum are the 2 of the qualifying bands, and then EV Nico as well. So at the moment it looks like Xbox are leading the way in the pole, which sounds odd, but yeah, let us know in the chat who you think is going to take pole position, whether it's going to be a PS side or an Xbox side of things. But Fox Blue unable to set the world alight, unfortunately, and IRT Nick then coming through Ferradura then turn 6, 7 and into 8, looking quite tidy at the moment for the Haas car, but we'll have to wait and see fully how that one goes out. And Ollie, you'll have to let me know once you are in and sorted.
Could I have another invite, please?
Certainly can in a moment. Actually, I tell you what, let's go. You can have a little bit of audio in the background, but while we just put the intermission screen, we'll just do that quickly so you don't get bored with me scrolling through my friends list. I thought I'd send you a second one, but obviously it didn't work properly. Through that invite to game, and Nick did manage to throw themselves up into 11th place through all that. Ollie, hopefully you've got that invite. There we go. I see your name pop up. Simba Rocks won. Managed to throw themselves into 12th place as well. Chorizo then in 18th place, I believe, coming through into the final sector now, or into the final sector. He comes into Zhanzhou corner turn 12, and it's just a banked up, well, it's not really banked, it's just uphill from here to the start finish straight and across the line. And I wonder if they're looking very much like they're going into the pits. No, it's just cutting as much as they can through that and across the line into 17th place.
Yeah, like again, an early banker lap for Tritzer there down in 17th. Got a lot of work to do there. But again, Gareth, it's still early doors, still 12 minutes left to qualifying, so I don't think he's worrying about that too much at the moment. He might be going on another lap with the paces coming into the middle sector here, but we'll have to wait and see on Tritzer and see how he progresses in the session today.
Both an Alpine and a Williams coming through the middle sector up at turn 10, and then the Williams has backed off in the end to let the Alpine have track position. I wonder if that's Epic Vale. It is Epic Vale coming through turn 12 now, both wanting to set lap times earlier than the other, but Epic Vale, let's see what they can do as they head on through into that little kick to the left, which is turn 14, and across the line to start their lap time, coming down into turn 1, the Center S, as it's called, taking as much as the apex as humanly possible without getting a penalty. It looks like a relatively good turn through here, or sector, as it comes on down into turn 4. Ollie, obviously your first one of the season commentary with me for this one. Who do you, from just the time set at the moment, who's looking good for you for pole?
I mean, looking at Tech's time, 6.5 is pretty good there. Both the BRT drivers performing well in the early part of this session, but the TF boys aren't too far away either. There's just over 2:10 splitting first or fourth at the moment. So it's gonna be either one of those teams, I think. Tech, I know from last season. There's a couple of names on the list as well. Scrolling through, I have to get used to some of them and learn the standings. But Epic Vale jumped up to P5 with a 106.795 and almost go straight on at this NS there. Luckily to keep that car out of the wall, and he can go around again to set another lap after a pit stop. But yeah, and there we go. But Brando's just jumped up to second now, so it's a split the top 4. And Justin's dropped down a little bit there, but we'll have to wait and see. I think for me, Gareth, though, I get back to your original point. I think Tech Brutal might get it, but still 10 minutes left, so anything can happen.
Yeah, it's still only 1.2 seconds separating the top 17 drivers that are setting lap times here tonight with qualifying bans. Obviously, for those bottom 3, as Alex Lofer throws themselves into 8th place. Is Carrasco going to go any faster? No, down on their lap time. Sieb in the pits as well. Brando's in the pits. Is Lawrence is down on their lap time, so they're probably popping in. Nordic, I think, has done their laptop time to throw themselves into 4th place. Tech has managed to have a little bit of a rest at this point. This is how easy, not easy, that's the wrong word to use. That's how good his lap time was, is that his banker's up there early. He's letting himself have a little bit of a rest while everyone else is on their second runs.
Absolutely. Yeah, he managed to link a good lap together, and it gets that time to relax. There's not much time to relax in these sessions with how close the grid is there, and his teammates pops into the pit as well. But getting it in early, he can, like I said, relax a little bit, assess what's going on, maybe think about a strategy for the race, whether there might be rain, but rain is obviously a big factor here at Brazil, safety cars as well. So he's got a bit of time now, just to, like I said, just plan out his race and how he's going to tackle this one. But as you know, as well as I do, how quickly things change in CSS after last season. So I'm sure we'll have another exciting race here in Brazil.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it all pans down. Agonised is just about to start their lap time as they come around turn 14 and hits the start-finish straight for their second run at this one. Actually, I think it could be their third run, but they decided to abandon their run before it even started, I think, on the last one. But through the Senna S and down the Retera Posta for their run, and they're slightly up on their lap time, enough at the moment to see them hit into the top 7, but it might not be enough because they look very tentative, and they've I think turn 4 maybe a back end slip because they've just decided to pull out of their lap. That as simple as that.
Yeah, it looked okay there, but obviously not feeling confident, so he's going to slow it right down and not put too much wear into the tyres here and then go around again, it looked like. But yeah, strange from Agonised there as he lets a couple of cars past to allow them to continue on their laps. See if we can try and find someone else on a lap. Maybe I think Lucas coming around turn 4, Gareth is on his flying lap down in 12th.
We'll see. Chorizo, I believe, just about to finish their lap, so let's see what they can do. Let's hope that they are just bailing on their lap. The red light is flashing, so they may have used a lot of their charge already. It's coming through. It doesn't look like it is a proper entry into the pit, so they're not going any further on this one. I believe Lucas was the other one you mentioned coming through. They're 2 seconds down on their lap time. Agonised is 15. Ryan starting a lap time. Let's see what Ryan can do in the Mercedes. The NLR driver is going to see what they can do heading down into turn 4.
Yeah, exactly. Joe, one thing I do appreciate this season, Gareth, is most drivers have got their team names in their gamer tags, which helps a lot in the comms box when we have to try and figure out points wise for teams. So I appreciate that from a commentator's point of view, as Ryan goes right and left up the hill, coming through the middle sector here, just so the ghost car getting out of the way. Then and down this long left hand of 11 and 12 before he's flat out towards the finish line here, just shy of 2 tenths quicker, coming round the final corner here, flat out, head down, pushing towards the line, and let's see whether he can improve on his current P10 or P11 now after Agonised has jumped up as he dips towards the left and he crosses the line, and that's happened to second with a 1:6.670. Great lap time from Ryan there, and getting amongst the top buyers there. I say that though, as Justin has just trumped him and moved up in the second with going about half a tenth quicker there.
Lucas is across the line up into 7th there, and still Tech, his original lap time is the one leading the way in this qualifying session, which is quite amazing to say the least. Is Tony Richet on a lap time, or have they just finished one? We'll have to wait and see. Nordic is just ahead of him on track. Lawrence has thrown themselves up into 3rd place there. Carrasco is further down the order, so let's stay on board with Nordic and just to ensure that the other NLR driver to set a lap time here tonight. We'll definitely have to wait and see, Ollie, because it's looking quite feisty towards the top, because if you look at it, a lot of drivers on the 106.6 or 106.7.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculously close. 10th, 10th down to 6, all in the 7/10th range, aren't they? So it's really close here as Nordic Ninja pulls in the pits. Wasn't happy with that time, so he's going to put a new set of soft tyres on. But it's crazy how close it is. It's great for us in the comments box and the guys watching later on once we commence race-wise, as Lucas going very slowly there. I think he may have run out of fuel, Gareth.
That'd be interesting if he has. EV Fox Blue just slightly better on their tyre. Let's see if looks okay. I don't know. IRT Nick then coming through the final corner. Let's see what they can do. They're just starting their lap time. I think probably their final chance.
Yeah, realistically with 3:45 left, probably get 2 laps in if you really want to, and he's invalidated that straight away. So good job he's got just about enough time to go round again. They're currently sitting in P9, Nick, is time still to find his teammate down in 16th in so yeah, a bit of improvement for him. He's still in the pits at the moment. So only 3 cars on the circuit at the moment. So I'm sure we'll see a flurry of cars pop out with around 3 minutes ago in the session. But it's again, guys, it's ridiculously close. The whole grid is split by what would that be? 8/10 roughly. That's to me that's phenomenal.
It's very, very close, isn't it? Indeed. Justin, then, sorry, not Justin. Tech is coming out on track to set. Well, he's going to be the first one to set their lap time in these final runs of qualifying. 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Possibly has another time if he makes a mistake. He's possibly got enough time to get back around to set another lap time. But the way they fuel the cars in this one, they might not have enough time at all.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's got to get lucky with the cars coming out of the pits and all sorts. So traffic, another thing to deal with. But here he goes up the hill, and he will begin his flying lap any second now. And it's interesting whether Gareth can beat that lap time of 106.5. Great lap time. It's only himself and his teammate who have managed to get into the 0.5. So we'll see whether he can improve on that lap time and eke out his current provisional pole on this. Well, I'm going to be assuming this is his final flying lap here in Brazil. But he's weaving the tyres, so maybe he's going to go for a second. I'm not sure because 1.6 down on his time, guys. So I think he's going to wait until the last chance to set a flying lap here in Brazil.
Yeah, maybe a second installation lap, which we don't often see, and you don't really need, I don't think, at Brazil. But you can do it if you so wish. He's weaved to let us know that he wasn't going to set a lap time. But let's see what NLR Ryan can do, throwing themselves up early doors into second before Justin and Lawrence pushed them down to fourth. A little bit of time to find, I think, through to get themselves up into this top battle between the two BRT drivers. But it is very much the case. Two of the six Xbox runners are in the top two, but the rest are down in 12th, 13th kind of area. So the Xbox guys are struggling a little bit. But Ryan coming into Zhenzhou there into turn 14, turn 12 though. And it's looking quick from Ryan right now.
Yeah, he's improving the time coming into the last sector. We'll see whether he can maintain that, hug in the left side, risking as much as he can, crossing that white line across the line. And it's an improvement by a little bit, but Gareth not challenging the top two here.
That's unusual, I guess. I don't know. It looks great. It looked great, but Tony Richet then throwing themselves into pole position provisionally. Lawrence not going any quicker than their last lap time, so they've thrown themselves into the pits. Tech has invalidated Justin across the line. Is just about to start his lap time. Alex Loafer throws themselves into fourth place. It could be that a BRT driver might not get a pole position here. And Tech Brutal is going to be frustrated that he didn't get anything sorted. But here's Justin. He's up on his lap time. And that could be crucial by the end of this, because that should put him pole if he beats his lap time by that much.
Yeah, got to maintain it though, Gareth. You know how easy it is to make a mistake through the second sector here. Clip the grass on the inside or the right, down the left. Guy cutting as much as he can, risking it all on this flying lap. Yellow flag. I think someone's made a mistake of going across the line, but we'll see whether Justin can improve on this lap time. Because at the end of sector 2 here, we'll be able to see whether he's up or down. He's just up on that time, 0.009 up on that time. Is that going to be enough? Can he do anything on the last corners to improve? I'm not sure he can.
I don't know. Let's see. Justin across the line. Is it going to be pole for BRT or is it going to be heartbreak? It's going to be heartbreak. And that's not ideal for Justin at all. Not what he would have wanted, or the BRT team at all. And, well, I think that's qualifying over and done with, as Tony Richet, I don't want to say out of nowhere, but towards the end, throwing themselves into a great position there. for him and his TF10 team. And, well, we were expecting Tech to be on pole, and the 62% of you that have said that PlayStation will be on pole were correct, which is, I don't want to say unusual, but it was, deserved in the end by BRT unable to take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they had a great chance there to take pole. You know, Tech Brutal had multiple chances to set a lap time, went out early, but just wasn't quick enough there to. Well, no, it was mistakes. Simple as that. The pressure got to him, and maybe we shouldn't have been saying how relaxed he is. Obviously, he wasn't, and he got a little bit stressed, and unfortunately, he won't get pole, and he'll have to start in second. But his teammate is right behind him, so he's got that rear gunner as such, and Justin behind him. So we'll see whether they can work together to try and get Tony at maybe the early stages of the Grand Prix, Gath. But Tony's teammate and Brando not far behind in fourth as well.
Yeah, very, very solid between the two of them there. Let's go have a look at the standings just one quickly. Yeah, it is a great one there for BRT and TF10, the two leading the way. They're sandwiched together, and just like in the standings, they are at the top of the qualifying order as well. So it's Tony from Tech, from Justin, from Brando. Great little battle going on there. But it's going to be interesting to see some of these other ones. We've obviously got Shazoo starting at the back of the grid. They're smack in the middle of this standings, and yeah, you've got to be prepared to throw the punches. And when you receive qualifying bans disqualifications like that, it is going to be difficult to fight through the field. But they've got to show they've got the mettle.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, it's not ideal at all to make to get those bans, Gareth. You know, it's that could be the difference between winning and losing the championship. We saw last year how crucial it was, starting positions and not making those silly mistakes that cost you in the long run. So we'll see whether those guys at the back of the grid can work their way through. But they're going to do it anyway, guys. They've been Brazil, plenty of places to overtake. So we'll wait and see. It's just waiting on obviously the lobby to reset. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't seem to want to be working, Gareth. So you have to be a blank screen, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. We can do other things for it. But while we wait for the lobby to get reset, we are just going to have a little word from one of our sponsors. Right, we are, apparently just staring at a screen. I don't know what my webcam is doing. That's odd. There we go. I've got it back in the end. But yeah, we are, back from the word of Grid Finder there. But Ollie, we've had, obviously, qualifying overdone. We've got it's going to be the main talking point. TF10 and BRT are the two leading teams in the championship. So it's going to be a bit of a pressure situation for them to, I say them, for them all to get things sorted. Oh, goodness me. I seem to have broken my camera setting there. So let's move to the calendar. I don't know what I've clicked there, but yeah, obviously three. Well, this is round 3. We've had Australia and Spain done and dusted. They were completed. Very entertaining races, and well, Spain, to say the least, just shows why drivers should not quit while they are with a late safety car possibility. And maybe we will see a little bit of that tonight. We might not. Anyway, it is now the Brazilian Grand Prix, and that will hit us for Christmas and New Year. And that's going to be an interesting one as well. There's a 2-week break now after this race. Some drivers might struggle with this, and might not practice. They might move on to PC. Who knows? We don't. They might. Things might change, but it was also the transfer window's open after this race. The transfer window's open again and then closes before round 4. So we could see some teams change. We don't know. Yeah, it's a nice one, but we're moving to the track very, very shortly, Ollie. But we got 2 new mystery rounds again this time. We don't know what they are yet, but I mean, what would you like to see before I may cut you off for the racing?
Unfortunately, I don't know what the other races are. I'm just quickly looking through the standings. Where we definitely are going. I'd like Silverstone, I think. It doesn't look to be on the calendar, if I'm correct. I don't think it is. So Silverstone would be a good one. I do enjoy commentating over Silverstone, Gareth.
Yeah, that's understandable. Everyone loves I think everyone loves Silverstone. I think it is such a iconic track. It's similar to Spa for me. 2 historic tracks there, but we've got another one which we're racing over tonight. Who do you think is going to take victory?
Oh, good question. Very good question. I think obviously you've got.
Well, looking at the previous winners, obviously Tony got a win in round 2, and
Oh, sorry, Ollie. We are going to the racing scene because we're on 5 lights, and I'll let you answer that question in a moment. But away we go for round 3, and the final time in 2024. Into the lead stays Tony Richet for the time being, but it's still side by side with Tech Brutal and through the CNRS. And it looks like it's on a hard compound of tyres for Tony. We will go quickly to the tyres now. Everyone is on a set of hards, and I think for the time being, the BRT drivers haven't been able to capitalise on any mistakes from Tony just yet.
Not at all. Top 4 still staying where they are. Top 5, no movement at all. A lot of the movement is further down. A couple of drivers really struggling there. I think Nordic Ninjas made a mistake. Someone else off in the background as well. Epic Vale struggling at the back here, but all 20 drivers still on circuit, still racing away, luckily.
Yeah, a big incident in the background. I'm not sure what happened, but there was 5 wide going into turn 6, and that's just a little bit unusual. Nick, at the moment, looks like he's ghosting an awful lot, and that is Zach into 13th place, nearly 12th, if he can get on through. And that means both Shizou drivers have made early moves into 11th and 12th. That's great starts from them. Back to the leaders. Can Tech do anything to Tony right now? It looks like he's a possibility. It looks like a defensive helping from Justin for Tech, just going into the fresh air up the inside. So Brando couldn't attack up there either. So that's a good start. Well, from all 4 of them at the front, and Alex just hanging on at the end.
Yeah, Ryan was right on his gearbox coming around the final couple of corners on the previous lap, and not close enough to make any moves just yet. He has a little bit of time here to the back of Alex as the top
top 4, 5. Well, top 4, they're all still very close together. I think once that DRS is enabled, Gareth, we should see some moves coming into turn 1 and obviously down to turn 4 as well. But everything very bumper to bumper, as you can imagine, with the quality drivers, especially at this circuit. But there we go, Justin making a mistake, and Brando just not close enough to capitalise just yet.
Yeah, and all it takes is one small mistake, and someone can and generally will make a move because they're that talented, I guess, these guys. But at the moment, Tony holding on, but Tech is not showing any signs of letting up, and it's DRS wide open, and I think that's Justin going for the move as well. And Tony's lost 2 positions going into turn 1, into lap 3, and Tech will be massively happy with that to have his teammate follow suit. And Justin, fantastic job for taking the chance.
Absolutely, but watch out for Tony back down to the run towards turn 4, but not close enough. But like I said, Gareth, the fact that Justin also managed to get through is huge for Brutal, having his rear guard behind him and knowing he isn't under... Well, obviously he's under pressure, but not directly from a competitor. Instead, his teammate is there to help him out behind, which is great for Justin. Great for Tech. Already Tech's broken a half a second over his teammate.
Tech might be using a little bit more battery there, but in the midfield, Zach and Quantum trying to get through Carrasco. Quantum has got past, but Carrasco managing to hold station with the other Shazoo driver there. But Zach is going up the inside of turn number 12 there, and surely not. He's made the move, and he's unsettled the Ferrari because there comes Chorizo through as well. He's managed, or is he going to manage the move? It's still side by side as they come down the start-finish straight. Chorizo could have a look at the Red Bull or the Shazoo driver just ahead, but he's had to hold position, and that is a horrendous lap for Carrasco because they have lost 3 positions in 1 lap.
Yeah, Zach bullied his way through past the Ferrari, and then Chorizo being opportunistic up the inside, coming up the hill, made it work. A bit of wheel banging between the drivers, but both still on the road. And Carrasco he can't relax because he's got Nico all over his behind as well.
Yeah, it's mental there, and a few more pit stop. Epic Veil being one of them, and Nordic Ninja as well going into the pits. They've probably picked up damage, unfortunately, and a little bit of problem to go. But Justin still got that 6/10 to his teammate Tech behind, and this could be exactly what BRT are planning. Just hold back a little bit that second driver, so when the DRS opens down the start-finish straight, you go straight up to your back of your teammate, and you're not actually attacking, which is perfect when you've got your two teammates controlling the race.
Yeah, great strategy, I think, there, and it is exactly it. You almost catch to the back of him coming into the braking zone, but again, not close enough to having him to lift before getting into the braking zone. So top 2 working well together. And the TF10 boys have to think of a new plan here if they want to try and take the lead off the top 2.
Yeah, nothing's happening behind either, but great work from the BRT team. And they need it. They need to finish double point score ahead of their teammate. But the problem will be when it comes to pits is they don't want a double stack. And now we're 5 laps in, or we're on lap 5 as Epic Veil sets the fastest lap now. I can let you answer your question on who you think's going to take victory.
Yeah, Carrasco made a big mistake coming into turn 8 there, and he's lost the place to Nico down into 13th now. I was talking with the idea of Tony or Tech Brutal, but at the current stage, I think I have to go with Tech. Gareth placed his car well, managed to get through, and this got his teammate there to help him out. So at the moment, I think I have to stick with Tech.
Yeah, he's looking strong, the BRT duo. Because either of them could do it, and I don't think either of them would mind who would win. But at the moment, it is Tech leading the way, and just behind Lucas, Zach, and I think that's Quantum having an issue. He's around, and now just ahead of the 2 IRT drivers ahead. All that hard work has gone for nothing right now. He's dropped away, and he's over a second behind Carrasco, who he passed a few laps ago. And Lucas, I don't know, it must have been an issue between them because... oh no, there isn't damage. I thought there was damage to Lucas's car, so ignore me on that. But into the inside goes Zach on Lucas, and I think that's the move done with Chorizo trying to have a look back up the inside. It isn't. It's a little switch back there from Zach to try find a way past the OVR driver. He's going around the outside, but there's just not enough grip in his car to do that, but he's all over the back of the OVR driver.
Yeah, he's trying to hang up the inside here as Lucas tries to close the door on him there, but he's still on the inside. But who's going to get the run up the hill? It looks like Lucas is just about ahead at the moment. You've also got Chorizo, his teammate behind. Watch out for Chorizo. Chorizo might try and get through as well, but it looks like it's Zach up the inside into the break zone of turn 1. But Lucas still on the outside here. Can Zach hang it around the outside? No, he can't. And that is just about Lucas staying ahead. But down the hill they go, down towards turn 4. Right, DRS wide open for Lucas here. Can Zach capitalise on this? You have to go up the inside. Late on the brakes he goes. Side-by-side action between both the drivers. He just about hangs around the outside. Lucas does. And Zach, he's still there, Gareth. Still pushing. You have the outside for the next corner. I think this is over. No, it's not. He's still going. Can he hang it around the outside? Later on the brakes here. He's going to have to hold his own just about. And I think that's the move over and done. Great battling between Zach and Lucas. And Zach now moves up into P9.
Wow, from the end, well, into Ferradura on the outside to make the overtake. That is a very, very good overtake. Nico getting past Chorizo and all that, and Carrasco trying to have a go at Chorizo as well. The Battle of the Seas, I guess we could call it, but it's not happened on this occasion, and Chorizo holding station for now. But it has meant that Quantum is caught back up. Ryan and Agonised going close there as well. Just ahead as Ryan, I think Ryan's lost the position to ET8 Lawrence there. But that's unfortunate for Ryan because Ryan was looking strong.
Yeah, he was. They're still side by side though, coming into. Oh, there we go. No, Ryan has taken the place back, so I don't know whether he'd let him through or not. But that's Ryan back into P6 now, and these guys aren't too far away from the top 5 here. You know, it's not much short. If they can get onto the coattails of the top 5, you know, it's kind of one big old train in this race. But the racing is ridiculously close as we got our first time penalty there for Quantum for corner cutting, and that's not going to help his efforts, especially after spinning earlier on, Gareth.
No, that's unfortunate for Quantum, but he's caught. Well, anything can happen in F1, and it generally does. So he's got a little bit of it's a bit of extra pressure, but it also shouldn't harm him too much. Tech BRT still doing what they've done best, and that is controlling this race since they have done from the start of this race. And it is, well, they're doing a very, very good job of it, Tech and Justin, and they should be, well, so far, proud of what they've done.
Yeah, they're like I said, I think that's a great word, controlling this race. They're running the show at the moment, holding the pace well, being consistent with their lap times and putting the cars in the right place at the moment, Gareth, with Tony and Brandon not being able to do anything here. Alex at the back of the top 5, not able to get to break up this the top 4 at the moment, and they're doing everything they need to. I think all the excitement is happening P6 and down, really.
Yeah, it's entertaining stuff right now, but Justin's not as well. He's closer to Tech than he has been at this stage since, so maybe there is a little bit of a change in the driver order at the front for BRT. We'll have to wait and see as the gap has opened up again, and Tech has bombed down the start-finish straight as everyone else opens up their DRS apart from him. Justin will pull to the inside, maybe for clear air. I'm not sure if the dynamics of this game allows the engine damage like it has done in the past, where the engine reduces towards the end of the Grand Prix by like 3 or 4%, where it can cost you time. If you're stuck behind a car for too long, like in real life, if you're stuck behind it too long, you overheat.
Yeah, exactly. And just trying to, I think that could, well, like I said, whether it's enabled, I'm not sure, but I'm sure just in case, I think, Gareth. But Tony looking very close to the back of Justin there, but just can't work his way through. And Ryan has dragged that second train onto the top 5 now, and he's almost glued to the back of Alex in P5, and the whole gang behind him as well, all the way down to Chorizo in P12. So an epic battle for the race so far, going down the order. But Justin just not. I thought he was going to go in the pits. I thought it was a bit early on the on the hard compound tyre there. But again, no movement for the top 5 here. Nothing really happening down the order either at the moment. Everyone's staying stationary, but I'm sure it'll get exciting in any moment now. I'm sure coming down towards turn 4.
Quantum's got past Carrasco through this, and there's up now that 1.5 seconds, which is interesting. Is Nico going to have a look at Lucas? No, not on this occasion either. It gets very close, doesn't it? But nothing really comes of it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a DS train, isn't it? They're all so pinpoint with their laps here. It's just waiting for a mistake. I think that's what it will be a bit of a Constantino effect then, and we'll see quite a few overtakes that we saw earlier with and there's a move again. Lawrence and Agonize side by side coming round turn 11 here. Agonize trying to hold his own, but not being able to do it. They're into the break-in of 12 and have to stay behind him on this occasion.
Yeah, Justin again close to Tech. I think Tony is pushing a little bit more. That's forcing Justin to be closer to his teammate. Again, pulls to the inside, but nothing doing. But again, Lawrence struggling with Agonize behind, and they've got Zach, who's fought his way through the field. Don't forget that both of the Shazoo drivers started at the back of the grid along with Nico, and all three of them have done a good job of getting themselves out there. They're all into the points, because points do go down to 15th here in competitive speed series, which is good for keeping drivers in tuned to continue racing. But it also just shows how good a job Zach and Nico now have done, and unfortunately for Quantum, that spin with someone earlier on has cost him being in the battle for bigger points.
Absolutely, yeah, that spin cost him a lot, and obviously you got the penalty to deal with as well, and that wouldn't be so bad if the grid was spaced out, but everyone is toe to toe here. And just look at the mini map in the corner, how the cluster of colours are going around this circuit in Sao Paulo. It's that it will cost him a lot later on unless he can claw some gaps. But there's a bit of a ignore my punt. But back to racing. Zach is trying to go around the outside of Agonized here, but a wheel bang in there. Can't hang it around the outside on this occasion. May look to try and get through, coming down to turn 4 now.
Yeah, that's a big toe ask, and he's going into the back to the outside again. But I think Agonize has that covered perfectly down the Retroposta. But it just looks like he's, well, quite rightly you mentioned, glued to the back end. And we have had a pit now, and that is Lucas in the pit, which has made a break in the chain. Nico has a 2.3 seconds to this top 9, which and interesting, very, very interesting. As again, Zach throws up the inside of Agonized.
Yeah, just can't. The way the corner flows out to the outside is just not ideal for the move down the inside, and you have to stick behind him, coming around turn 11 and 12 here. Up the hill they go. I'm not sure whether he'll make the move here. We'll stay on board with Zach. Yellow flag sector 3. That's someone made a trick. So, gathered out with the Grand Prix. He's hit the wall on the outside. And he's lost the front right, it looks like. And we have a safety car here. And all the drivers just past the pits. Not ideal. And this is going to allow the IRT boys both to come into the pits. It looks like. No, I say that though. Slab has stayed out. But quite a few pit stops here. This could change everything in this race now.
Lucas has already pitted a lap before, so obviously he's going to be a bit frustrated that his teammates caused a safety car a little bit later. But Carrasco, Nick, Nico, Quantum all deciding to pit as Epic Vale, and that's an interesting one. If the drivers who have come in at the end, Simba Rocks one decides to stay out, but they all pitted early because of damage. Interestingly, that none of the others have come back out. Epic Vale's gone back onto their set of hards that they started the Grand Prix on. That's interesting. I think mediums are going to struggle to the end of the Grand Prix from this point. So it's very interesting to see how it all goes down, and whether we will see pits from the leaders. Let's go on board with the BRT. It looks like Justin is trying to hold up a little bit as well. Just hold station. There's definitely looking like there's pit stops for those two.
Yeah, definitely. They're both pulling in. I think the whole grid, the whole top bunch of cars all pulling in. Oh, has it got hectic and there's damage to someone there? I think it could have been Ryan or Alex, maybe. I can't see the front wing, but they may have not selected repair damage here, so there's someone maybe in trouble. And it looks like the TF10 boys were stuck there. I think where's he on my list? Brando's lost a heap of positions, Gareth.
Oh, that's not good for Brando. Tony Richet back into second place, Justin down to fifth, and it is a pits for Simba Rocks one this time. I assume probably staying out a lap extra for fresher tyres, but he's not going to have put so much pressure on the tyres. I don't know what would have been a good thing, but Paul Chorizo is out of this Grand Prix, and everyone's back together. That's the thing. But look at Carrasco, who pitted early, is now up into sixth place. He pitted the lap before. I know it's very rare to have track position issues here, but he's gone for track position.
Yeah. He's played the game well there. The luck of the draw worked in his favour up in the second round. Whether he can hold that, we'll have to wait and see. His teammate is up in third, so we'll see whether they can work. Well, I don't know whether he's going to have to try and work his way through to catch up with his teammate here. But I think the real loser out of that pit stop phrase, Gareth, is Brando, down to 10th place now, and Tony hasn't got a rear gunner as such now. He's got Alex on behind him instead. You could argue the same for Tech Brutal, Justin in P5th. So you have to try and get past both Ryan and Alex here to try and help his teammate out, and someone pulls in the pits. That is Lawrence has pulled in, and he's going to drop down a load of places there, as you can imagine. But we'll see what Lawrence goes on to here. Looks like another set of...
This is where the damage was that you picked up.
That makes sense. So it must have been Lawrence who had that damage, a fresh set of mediums on for his car. Not that one that really made a difference there, but he should be able to get back on the train. He'll be behind Fox Blue, then 17th. But we'll see. He should be. I think everyone should be able to get to the back of the train. I think Nordic Ninja is the last man who should catch it, but they should hopefully get the back of the train and we can get going again on the beginning of lap 17.
Let's have a look at the positional changes since the start of the Grand Prix. And Nico is up 7 places, one of the biggest winners for this. Carrasco is up 8, another big winner, and Sieb is up 7 as well. Big loser there is Nordic Ninja, down 11, Lawrence down 9, Lucas down 8. Lucas pitted before the safety car was announced, as you remember. So that's the reason why they're at the back of that queue there. But Zach, the Shizou driver, is up into 12th place, and we're just about to get underway again. Majority of people are on the mediums. When does Tech decide to go to restart this Grand Prix? Now he doesn't have that re-gunner.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing solo now until Justin can catch up. And well, that's not easy. He's got 2 drivers, and we've seen how difficult it is to overtake in his front train. And Tech's gone early, Gareth, flat out, and I think he's caught Tony out. It's slightly napping, maybe on the not fully, but he's gone, and he's got enough space here. And as cold tyres as a begin lap 17 here, no moves yet. I say that though. Carrasco under pressure and already down to 7. He's passed by again, eyes and almost 4 abreast coming down towards turn 4 here. Who's going to stay on top? It's 3 abreast coming into turn 4 here. Everyone very close. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. And that is Brando trying to work his way through up into 7th now. But Aguilar's got the inside coming up towards turn 6 and 7. And I think Brando's sort of pulled back slightly. And up the inside goes Zach. And there's contact out. Plenty of wheel banging coming through this middle sector. And they're just trying to find space. And this just isn't any of it, Gareth.
Front wing damage for Zach as well. And that is not ideal for Shizou. And just behind it's 3 wide into turn 10 as well. What is going on? All of a sudden, the shackles have been loosened from common sense restraint. And everyone is just pushing everywhere. Quantum manages to go up the inside of Nick and Nico, who were banging wheels through Tanzao. Tech setting the fastest lap of the race. We can't even look at the leaders because it's 3 wide. Going into on the start finish straight, it was now 2 wide. But my goodness me, there goes Epic Vale on Nick as well. Epic Vale trying to recover from their disastrous start as well, and now up into 13th place. The safety car has gone in, if you're wondering why the yellow sign is up on the left-hand side. But it's all just so mental, and Zach is going to be a little bit upset with himself from throwing himself up the inside into turn 8 there.
Yeah, it was a bit of an audacious move, wasn't it? And it's not paid off, and the car's got damaged now. He's going to be struggling a little bit, as there's still plenty of action throughout the Lawrence is trying to get through as well after his to pit, and he's back up to P16 now, but working his way up the grid once again, just getting past Nick there in 17th, but plenty of action throughout the whole grid, Gareth. And our race leader's got half a second over Tony here, Alex behind as well, but again the top guys haven't really changed much. Justin up into P4 now, but not there you go, fast lap by Justin, so trying to catch up and get back into that rear gunner position to help his teammate out.
Yeah, he did manage to, well, Justin has managed to dispatch Ryan as well, so that's one position gain for Justin. Alex Loafer is next. It's again 3 wide kind of position for Zach, Brando and Agonized as they head on down into turn 4, down the Retro-Aposta, and Brando looks like he's got the move done this time on Agonized as he holds down the inside, and there's still wheel banging between the two of them. Brando's trying to find a little bit more space, but he's not been allowed, as surely there's contact, and there goes Agonized off the track, and a 10-second penalty going his way, and that's unfortunate for him because of the wheel banging.
Yeah, I thought you want to see the car hurtling across the track then and coming, hitting someone else, but luckily he kept it straight, and that's obviously that penalty against his name. Well, whether that gets, obviously the stewards will be involved with whether that gets applied later on, but luckily kept the car, all 4 wheels still on the car, and he's still involved with the fight still.
Ooh, and it looks like Alex Loafer tried to go up the inside of Tech Brutal, unsettled his car with a little bit of a nudge through the first part of the Center S and down now through the Retro-Aposta. Could allow Justin a little bit of a run on the Ferrari as they go down into turn 4. Ryan tries to go up around the outside of the second BRT driver, but it's all kicking off with Tony Richet taking the lead for the first time since lap 1.
Yeah, exactly. Tech been consistent in the lead here. Just Justin up the inside. He tries to make it stick, but can't. Watch it for Ryan as well up the inside because of Justin. Bit slow through the previous corner. Ryan's got the outside for turn 10 here. Has he got the momentum? Yes, he does. He have the inside for the next 2 corners here, and that could be Justin back into 5th place. Yes, it is. But Alex going slow through there, and still side by side between the drivers. Justin's got a better run coming around the outside of 12. Can he hanging around the outside to this long left hand up towards the start finish line? Just about does, but it's great racing between the top guys. Can Tech push for the lead here? He's up the inside, late on the brakes, and Tech takes back the lead of this race, coming through the CRSs. Justin stays in P4, and what did Tony do? What can he reply with here to try and get the lead back in this race?
Let's see what Tony... Does he go up the inside? He decides not. Ryan does have damage in 5th place. So he's the squabbling. I'm not sure where he picked it up from because it looked pretty clean and fair with him and Justin, with side by side all the way through. So I'm not sure how that's been a thing. Carrasco back into this, and it does look like Tony maybe was doing what Justin was doing before the safety car, just going slower in these tighter areas of the track, which allowed all the other drivers just to get back into the swing of things, because there was that break in the chain from Carrasco in 6th place, but it was all, hectic again, I think is the best way to describe it. Zach is holding station in 8th place at the moment, and I'm surprised they haven't let their teammate through because of Quantum not having that damage, but here comes Tony for the lead again.
Yep, takes the lead, and Tech didn't fight it. The speed that the TF10 driver had coming into 10RS's wasn't worth defence, and Tech may just try and relax a little bit now, get his composure back and go for the lead again. Maybe allowing his teammate to get through, like I said, maybe slowing him down. So if we slow Alex down, allows Justin to get through, and then they both can chase Tony for the lead here, as Ryan looking very close to the back of Justin, but again, not close enough for a move just yet. Everyone's staying in position coming through turn 7 and 8, it looks like, and the whole grid still close from top to bottom. There's not much at all split in this whole grid, really, Gareth. You know, we've lost one driver in Trizzo coming through turn 13 a few laps ago, but everyone else still on circuit and still racing away to their heart's content.
It looks like Brando and Carrasco side by side. It finally looks, well, Carrasco's finally given up that position he's held for so long, and Brando's the one that dispatches him into the lead. It looks like Tech and Justin. Oh my goodness, I didn't want to miss this bit, but there's no swap between Tech and the other Ferrari of Alex Lofer or Justin, as surely not to the inside on this occasion from Tech. He decides not to attack Tony Richet, as Quantum and Zach finally swap positions, as Agonize gets through Zach as well, or has the? They're still side by side through this.
Yeah, and Agonize dips back behind the Red Bull car there, coming into 7 and 8. Up the inside he goes. A bit of wheel banging there as they come down through 9 towards 10. And they're still side by side. One more wheel banging between the drivers. Who's going to be late on the break coming into turn number 10 there? Looks like both equally on the brakes. Round the outside he's going to have to, and allow Zach back through. And Agonize, you have to wait for another opportunity to get by Zach. But Lucas right on his gearbox as well, as if Nick and the rest of the drivers behind, all very close in the just outside the top 10 here.
Don't forget that both Zach and Agonize have front wing damage, and Simba Roxron and Epic Vale dropping positions. But those hard tyres should become proper racy towards the end of this one. Over as Lucas and Agonize. Oh my goodness, that is a save and a half from Lucas. That could have gone careering into the wall.
Yeah, and there's side-by-side action between the McLaren. Oh, and there's damage, I think, to one of the cars there. That could be Agonized. He had damage on that front wing. Side-by-side coming into turn 4 there. Someone's got damage. There's more contact there. I think Lawrence has got more damage again on that car. It's all happening, Gareth, in this battle for P10, between Nico, Lawrence, Epic Vale and Agonized. And it's all kicking off, Gareth. It's the elbows are coming out.
Both end plates are damaged for Agonized, as they've really struggled, unfortunately, with that left end plate damage, and now it's become right. He's holding up Lucas a little bit through all that as well. And to the leaders, Alex Lofer is all over the back of Tech as they head down into turn 1. Goodness me, Justin is going for it. He's decided that this is the time. He's hit to the inside. He's going to get the slipstream surely from his teammate. His teammate pops to the inside, but I don't think it's enough for Justin to get the move done. My goodness me, Alex is proving to be a real hurdle for Justin.
Yeah, he's been a tricky customer, isn't he? Not holding off at all, and Alex has to lift there. Otherwise, he'd career into the back of Tech and can't make his way through just yet. But Justin back up the inside through turn 7 and 8, round the outside of 9. Can he hold his own here? More wheel bang between both the drivers up the inside. Justin goes. Can he hang it around the outside of 11 towards 12? He's being squeezed to the outside here. Alex still has the inside, but decides to break early and let him through. And Alex is under more pressure from Ryan. Ryan on the outside, coming up the hill, 13 and 14. Brando getting involved too in the background. It's all kicking off. It could be 3 abreast coming into turn number 1 here. All back out there. But can the Ferrari go back up the inside of the Mercedes? Alex trying his best but can't succeed there. And this could be an opportunity for Brando to get through, as Carrasco has made a mistake and he is out. And we've got another safety car with 10 laps to go here in Brazil.
What has gone on there? I'm not sure. Carrasco was a little bit further down the order, weren't they? So, wow. Not ideal there. But some of these drivers who've got front wing damage can now get that repaired, fixed. Ryan being one of them there in 4th place. Justin is going to be annoyed because he's just managed to get back up there to be his teammates' backup, but it's it's not been allowed for this time. Safety car number 2. I'm not sure, Oski, what you do we have a? This is safety car number 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm not going insane. Justin going a little bit slow then. Again, trying to have a little bit of a gap to his teammates so he doesn't lose too many positions. Brando, again, not right behind his teammates, so that's not going to go fully this time. But into the pits they go. Surely all of them will go on to possibly a set of softs.
It could well be almost everyone very close coming to the pits. Don't think there's anyone crashing to the back of anyone this time around. All very, very close because they all slam on the brakes. But yeah, like I said, Tony on soft tyres, Gareth and Justin been delayed there because of tech, and I think Justin's going to drop a heap of positions here. Where does Justin come out? 7th.
He's behind
not
Brando.
ideal. He's behind Brando. Not ideal at all there. That's BRT. That's kicking the teeth. And only a few have gone on the softs. So you've got Tony, Fox Blue, and Tim Barox 1 on softs. Oh, sorry, and Agonize as well. So maybe a lot of people not trusting the softs to get to the end, maybe? Interesting choice by some of them.
Well, you're definitely going to get the tyre life out of the mediums, and if you're going to be racing hard, which I think Tech is that's what Tech is expecting. He's expecting a hard race now between him and Tony, and it could be a crucial move for Tech to make that. But I think the softs, they are very much on the cusp at this point of being too worn to be competitive at the end of the Grand Prix. They won't be near popping territory, but yeah.
I guess it depends how long the safety car stays out for. Because if Agonos can get onto the back of the queue, we should only have one more lap behind it, which would be lovely. Straight back in and we get back into the racing conditions. And the more laps on the safety car, the better it will be for Tony. Sorry, not just Tony, the soft runners here in Brazil. No one else does back into the pits, it looks like. So we should hopefully, if Agonos doesn't pit again, get back into racing conditions to begin lap 28, and he stays out. So hopefully we'll get racing very shortly.
We'll wait and see. And obviously Tech did the last safety car restart, and Tony will do this one, and it's going to be interesting. Will he go early? Will he go late? He's got the tyres to push and go. Just to go. But I've got to feel sorry for some of those drivers that are stuck through it. And I wonder, has Ryan had a front wing change? Because if he has, that is an incredible... No, he hasn't. Ryan has decided against a front wing change here. He is there in third with a damaged front wing, but he's decided for track position.
Sorry, Gareth, you cut out there on my end. Can you just repeat that?
Yeah, no, it's Ryan's gone for track position instead of repairing the front wing. So he didn't want to fall down the order. He just decided, you know what, I've got damage, but I can live with it. I've lived with it for this amount of time. Yeah. I mean, he's been competitive, hasn't he? He's been still amongst the top drivers as safety car comes in on lap 28. So maybe he feels like, say, track position. And if he does drop a couple of places, he still will get a heap of points rather than pitting and being way down the order. So I think it's probably the right decision for him, as we'll see when Tony goes. Not weaving as much as other drivers in the past to take up most of the track. He'll be going later than Tech did previously, but Tech is so close to the back. And there he goes, Tony, to begin lap 29 and the final couple of laps of this Grand Prix. And there's a heap of cars trying to work their way through. An epic fail trying to get past Ryan here. Epic fail's going to hang it around the outside through turn 3. They're not close enough at the moment to make a move. We'll stay on board with Epic. Still can't. He's going to have to go up the inside here, but not close enough to make a move at the moment. But Epic Fail, Gav, not spoken about him much in this race. Been involved with the top 4 now, and could be on to a podium potentially if things go his way in this race. Absolutely. incredible. And the reason why, and up the inside there of Alex Lofer goes Brando, and he hasn't been able to make the move stick, but he's got Justin all over the back of them. He needs to make the move stick up into turn 10, inside again, and just not enough pace there. And that is very, very close racing between them. But that means DRS, well, not DRS, the gap is going to increase a little bit. But Epic Vale, as I was trying to say, is showing why you shouldn't retire if you get knocked out on lap, well, knocked down on lap 1, because he's kept going. And my goodness me, he's in with a chance. He's driving absolutely incredible at the moment. And Tech is under pressure from Ryan for second place. But it's not happening at the moment, as it is all kicking off everywhere.
Yeah, it really is. As Lawrence gets past, agonised. Sorry, tell about that side-by-side wheel banging coming through turn 3 here, and it looks like it's Lawrence. Oh, there's more contact. They've got to be careful. And someone flies around the outside. That's Lucas. Where did he come from? With the overspeed there, still wheel banging. He's been pushed to the outside here, agonised. Still side-by-side between both the drivers. They've got to be careful not to take each other out here, and it looks like Lawrence is just about up the overspeed, but up the inside he goes, still agonised, trying his best to stay involved with this fight, and he has to concede here and stay behind him at the moment. But Epic battling here, Nick and Zach are battling away as well. Further up, it's non-stop, Gareth. We need another commentator to cover all the drivers. There's so much battling going on.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Let's go back to the leaders, because I think Tech is under increasing pressure from Ryan, because Tony has managed to build a little bit of a gap. There's not the slipstream. The DRS is there to help defend, but it's not going to be enough, as fastest laps coming in left, right and centre. Brando up to the inside of the Ferrari of Alex Lofer again, but it's not happening for Brando at the moment. Quantum and Fox fighting away. Agonize and Simbarox 1. They're meant to be on the same team. Epic Vale has surely got past Ryan, and Epic Vale on the mediums has been absolutely incredible. He's brought himself back into the race on them, and now he's brought himself into a podium position.
Great. That, like I said, Gareth, this is why you can stay in the race and still race, because anything can happen, as we've seen 2 safety cars have really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons in this race, and Epic Vale could be pushing for that podium now. Still plenty of racing still to do in this race, but I think Tony, obviously those soft tires are helping Gareth, but near the end of this race he could come back to Tech, but Epic Vale trying his best to work his way through Tech Brutal, but just not close enough at the moment. Will he have an opportunity on lap 32 up the inside through turn 1? Not close enough. Epic Vale fast lap of the race. Zach takes that straight back off him, but not close enough at the moment. Tries his best through through the centre S's here. Get a better run than Tech. Can he go around the outside here? He's got the pace. He's got the DRS. They're closing on our leader here, and it could be Tech up the inside. Yes, it is. And Tech almost boxing. There's contact there. Has into the back of the kick car. Epic Vale goes, but the Tech flies around the outside of Tony here. They're almost 3 abreast coming up towards turn 8.
Oh my goodness, both BRTs get past the TF10 drivers on the same lap, and here comes Epic Vale. Surely not. He's doing a fantastic job of being an absolute annoyance, and they're going onto the grass, and that is not great for either of them. That's going to dirty the tyres up, and especially for Tony, but those soft compound for Tony are going to start being even worse. And in the background, that is a big crash between Brando and Alex Lofer.
We have another safety car to finish this race off, Gareth. Oh my god, I think someone lost front wing as well further down. I think it could be Nico. I think someone slammed on the brakes before, because yeah, it is Nico coming into the pits. Gareth, damage to the front right on the McLaren there, but I didn't see what happened with the crash there, but Brando and Alex must have locked wheels and hurtled into the wall at turn 11.
Well, I feel sorry for Ace and the stewards after this one, because, well, from my stream, it just looked like 2 cars deciding, we've had enough, we're going into the wall. Wow, it was rather... entertaining is not the word to use, but it was rather entertaining to see. Tech, obviously, on the mediums decided... those top 9 have decided not to... Top 10, sorry, because Fox hasn't. Deciding not to pit. But everyone else, it's fair play. Go on it. what's the worst that you lose? Nearly everyone in this race will get points other than 16th place, which is currently held by Simbarox 1, but Sieb, Quantum and Zach all have penalties to their name. Yep, Oscar, it is safety car. You should get the lottery numbers because you said 3 earlier on. But yeah, Tech now doesn't have Tony behind him. His teammates still in the point in 5th. They should have a sizable gap advantage over TF10 in this race, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah. After, they should potentially take the lead of the excuse me, the standings. Looking at the 70 point splits them at the moment, but with no points for Brando. They should, if everything stays as it is, Gareth, with how close everyone is, BRT should take the lead of the championship. And just looking at the rest of the drivers, NRL will be pretty happy with obviously Ryan in 4th and Nordic Ninja up in 8th. Just have a quick look of the positional changes. Guys, a couple, like we said, Epic Vale up 10 from where he started. Zach up 14. So both these drivers doing a great job here from where they started in this race. And we've still got more racing to do. Hopefully we should have 2 racing laps remaining in this race. But Gareth, I think we said earlier, Ryan went for track position and it's helped him again here. He's got to survive another 2 laps and be a hell of a score for the NRL team.
I'm just sorry. I'm going to gloss over what you've just said. I've just seen seen the replay of my footage of the 2 cars going off, and wow, that is something to behold. But yeah, Ryan, wow, your track positions work for him. And do you think? I mean, the safety car's coming in, so I'll give you a little bit of time to think of an answer. But Ryan obviously beat with that front wing damage against Tony with the more worn softs. Is he capable of doing that?
It's gonna be hard. He's got the problem is Ryan's. I don't know, Gareth. I really don't know. As Tech restarts the race, and we'll have 2 racing laps to finish this Grand Prix.
This is going to be insane. Epic Vale has had a massive, absolute incredible comeback in this Grand Prix. They could even take victory here. It is that good. From last on lap, I think, and the beginning of lap 1 to here now is absolutely incredible. He's hunting Tech Brutal. Tony is just in the wings there as well. After being 1st or 2nd for the majority of this race, they are now 3rd, struggling behind Epic Vale. Epic Vale is, I don't want to say, I can't say how many times how good Epic Vale has been in this race. I don't think there's enough words to describe that, but at the moment, it's looking good.
It is, yeah. 1 lap. Can he do something to get past Tech? I'm not sure. It might be across the line, if anything. He's half a tenth back now. He needs to nail his last couple of corners. Try his best to get onto the gearbox of Tech here to try that the leader's right. Tony, again, still going fast behind him. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We should get 1 lap of DRS running here. And we'll see whether Epic can get past our race leader here.
Well, Epic is in the name and it's in the racing at the moment. We'll have to wait and see for if they can do it on the last lap, because it will be down to the wire, and we've seen how messy it's been in real life F1 as well as everything else. Drivers can just drag race down to the end, but at the moment it's all very, very tight, and there's just, well, these top 4, any of these top 4 can win it. I think Justin's just a bit outside of it at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. As I go into turn 8, DTA Agonize gets a 3-second people corner cutting here. Epic not close enough at the moment. A little bit of a slide in the previous corner, but I don't know whether he's going to be close enough, Gareth. It's 2 tenths, but in 1st and 2nd. Round the final proper corner here. Can Epic do anything here to get past?
It's going to be a full drag race. He's up to the diffuser of the BRT driver ahead. He's pulls to the outside. It's going to be a full drag race. And it's Epic Vale who takes victory. What a race for the... Wow. Epic Vale. Just out... No one would have called that. Fair play to Epic. Ryan comes home in 4th there. Everyone else has finished. Wow.
Great racing. Dow started in P12, worked his way through the grid, and got the win there. Great racing by Epic Vale, and he'll be over the moon with that win, Gareth. Tech will be kicking himself. You know, he could have had it if we hadn't had the safety cars. Tony, unlucky not to get the win as well. Maybe again, safety cars could have been the reason why he didn't get the win either. But great racing there. I think the Steelers will be busy later on in the evening with everything that happened, but Sieb gets driver of the day. I think there's quite a few contenders that could get it, Gareth, which I'm sure we'll talk about shortly. But what a race and great racing, and hopefully everyone enjoyed that watching away on the socials.
Wow. Let's go down the order. It's Epic Vale that takes victory. Started 12th, ended up 19th at one point, and then wins through it all. Tech in 2nd there, and 3rd, rounding out the podiums is TF10 Tony. Then it's NLR Ryan, Justin in 5th, 6th to Nick Lawrence in 7th, 8th to Fox Blue, 9th to Zach, 10th to Nordic Ninja, 11th to Simbarox 1, IRT Sieb in 12th, 13th to Lucas, 14th to Agonize, and rounding out the points is Nico. And then obviously Quantum finishing with no points, unfortunately, for their penalty. Brando, Alex Loafer, Carrasco, and Chorizo not finishing the race on this occasion. And you know what? That is something to behold. I think for me, driver of the day goes to Epic for that was just brilliant.
Yeah, no, I think I can't disagree with that. That Gareth, you know, great race for Epic, and like I said, I'm sure some of the drivers are kicking themselves with that. But what a race, you know! It's to go out with a bang in 2024 with that race. It was amazing.
Yeah, this was definitely one to definitely have for After Flag, and my goodness me, what a way through all that. Just a reminder for everyone watching that the transfer window opens now after round 3 and closes before round 4, which is in a couple of weeks' time, because it's Christmas and it's New Year. We get that coming our way. We got our Christmas presents early with this race, though, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely. I think we had multiple presents in that race, Gareth. It was epic.
Yeah. Epic Vale was a part of that as well. I say that a few times for that one. But what a race! What a way to finish 2024 here in competitive speed series. And Ollie, any final words for you from that one?
I mean, just keep it coming for the rest of the season. If that's the standard we're going to get, it's going to be one hell of a season. And Brazil always throws up a great race, and we had another one this evening. In CSS, no complaints. We had drama, we had action, we had a bit of controversy as well. Every little piece of the puzzle we had this evening. So great racing, and look forward to the return in 2 weeks' time.
There we go. And I tell you what, let's have in 2 weeks' time, we're at Bahrain in Sakir for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Then we have the Mystery Grand Prix, which I think you and I are hoping could be Silverstone. Then it's Austria, another speedy one like Brazil. Then we head to Mexico for round 7. Then Singapore for round 8, which is going to be a very interesting one. Then we've got a break week. Then it's China, another Mystery Grand Prix, Saudi Arabia, and then ending at the now end of season for real F1, when it used to be Brazil, the spiritual home of Finish 2 F1, which will be Abu Dhabi at round 12. But I think from Ollie and I, thank you so much for watching. It has been an absolute incredible season and a bit for our commentary here at CSS. And from everyone at CSS, we'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you in the next one.
Welcome back to the competitive sports series.
The absolute carnage on this final lap. 5 red lights here in Miami. Can they regain that place?
I cannot believe my
Who
eyes.
comes out on top? Down the inside into Casio Triangle. This could end in disaster.
Zach Miles taking the lead. It was an all-or-nothing approach for the TF10 team.
And this could be crucial for NBR.
A race to remember for Jeremy Gallagher.
And they are officially the champions of the season.
It does not get closer than that. What a race. What a season.